Right now, there's a war happening for your financial future. On one side, there's the version of you at 45 trapped in a job you hate, living paycheck to paycheck, watching your dreams shrink every year. On the other side, there's the version who wakes up without financial anxiety, who has choices, who doesn't panic when life throws curveballs. The difference isn't your salary, your degree, or some inheritance. It's 9 critical financial moves you make before you hit 40, and most Americans never make them. I'm your host here at Finance Flash, and today we're showing you exactly what separates financial freedom from financial disaster in middle age. This isn't about Bitcoin dreams or real estate schemes. This is about the cold mathematical reality of what it takes to build a life where money works for you instead of controlling you. If you've ever looked at your bank account wondering if you're making progress, or if you've laid awake calculating whether you'll still be grinding at 70, you need to hear this. These 9 goals aren't suggestions. They're the financial foundation that determines whether your 40s feel like freedom or a prison sentence. Here's what nobody tells you about turning 40 in America. It's not just another birthday. It's the moment when all your financial decisions either pay off or come crashing down. If you live to 80, which is average American life expectancy, 40 is literally half time. Everything you've done financially sets you up for either a strong second half or a desperate scramble that never ends. Suddenly, you're not just taking care of yourself. You've got kids who need braces and college funds, parents who might need help, a body that's not 22 anymore, and a career demanding everything you've got. Picture someone at 42 making $75,000 a year but somehow always broke. They've got $15,000 in credit card debt that never shrinks, and every month feels like a tightrope walk, where one unexpected expense could knock them into crisis. They buy lottery tickets because they cannot imagine another path to financial freedom. Now picture someone else at 42 making the exact same $75,000. But when their teenager needs a laptop or their parent needs help with a medical bill, it's annoying, but not catastrophic. They sleep well because they know where every dollar is going. They have real options, like taking a lower-stress job or starting that side business, because they're not trapped by debt payments. The difference isn't luck. It's 9 specific goals they either hit or missed in their 30s. Goal number 1. Define exactly what your ideal financial lifestyle actually looks like. Most Americans waste their entire lives chasing a financial target they never defined. They assume more money equals more happiness, so they work harder, earn more, spend more, and end up just as stressed. Your 20s are for experimenting, but by your 30s you need to graduate from random spending to intentional living. And that means getting brutally honest about what actually brings you joy. Here's the trap called lifestyle creep that destroys people financially. Every time you upgrade something, your brain adapts to that new normal in about 3 months. The luxury apartment that made you feel successful just becomes your apartment. The German car just becomes your transportation. Meanwhile, your expenses permanently increase by $500 or $1,000 monthly, but the happiness boost disappeared. You're on a treadmill running faster, earning more and spending more, but never getting anywhere. Maybe you realize a backyard for hosting friends matters more than a luxury car, or traveling twice a year brings more happiness than the latest iPhone. This isn't about deprivation. It's about spending aggressively on things that align with your values and cutting ruthlessly on everything else. Goal number 2. You need 0 debt except your mortgage by 40. I can already hear the objections about good debt versus bad debt, but I'm here to tell you what separates Americans who thrive from those who struggle. Debt is a psychological anchor that destroys your options and amplifies every stress source. When you hit 40 with debt, life throws curveballs from every direction. Your career demands more responsibility when your family needs more time. Your parents need help when your kids get expensive. In this environment, debt isn't just a monthly payment. It's a prison limiting every choice you make. The math is brutal. If you're carrying $20,000 in credit card debt at 18% interest making minimum payments, you'll spend over 30 years paying it off and shell out more than $40,000 in interest alone. $40,000 that could have been invested, could have bought freedom, instead went to a bank as a penalty for past decisions. Every dollar on interest can't compound for your future. It's not just money lost, it's the future you're sacrificing. Your like truly motivates us to keep creating this content. Your subscription helps Finance Flash reach more Americans who need real financial education. Every click supports a channel dedicated to your financial freedom. Hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss what we share next. Goal number 3. Your credit score needs to hit 800 or higher before 40. I know I just said avoid debt, and I stand by that. But unless you've got $500,000 cash, you'll need to borrow for a house. When that day comes, you better get the best possible deal. On a $500,000 mortgage, normal in many cities today, The difference between 3% and 4% interest costs you nearly $100,000 over the loan's life. That's a Tesla, a down payment on another house, or for years of college tuition. All because of a number you control. Building an 800 score isn't rocket science. It requires consistency, pay bills on time, keep credit utilization under 30%, and let time work. Goal number 4. You need a fully funded emergency fund in boring, accessible cash. Not in stocks that could drop 30%, not in crypto, not loaned to your brother-in-law. Just cash in a high-yield savings account. When you're young and single, you can adapt to emergencies with incredible flexibility. Crash on a friend's couch, eat cheap, hustle. But at 40 with a family and mortgage, that flexibility evaporates. You can't tell your family everyone's living on rice and beans for 6 months. You need stability, and cash provides it. 6 months of expenses gives you breathing room for smart decisions instead of desperate ones. It turns emergencies into inconveniences instead of life-altering disasters. Goal number 5. You need at least 5 times your annual expenses invested in the stock market by 40. This is about harnessing compound interest over decades. If you have 5 times your annual expenses invested by 40, say $250, 0 if you spend $50,000 yearly, and you never add another dollar. Compound growth alone will likely fund comfortable retirement by 65. 25 years at 8% average return turns to $150,000 into over $1.7 million. That's not speculation, that's math. This is coast fire. You've reached the point where you can coast to retirement without stress because the heavy lifting is done. Your money works harder than you are. But more importantly, it gives you options in your 40s and 50s most Americans never have. Take a lower paying job you enjoy, take years off to raise kids or care for parents, start that business. Simple index funds remove all guesswork. You're buying a piece of the American economy and letting it grow. It's boring, predictable, and works consistently while others chase cryptocurrency and hot tips. Goal number 6. Build substantial career capital before 40. This is your skills, expertise, and relationships that make you valuable in the marketplace. Your 20s are for exploration, but your 30s need to be about building something significant you can leverage when life demands more financially. Career capital isn't just climbing corporate ladders. It's becoming so skilled that employers can't ignore you. Whether you're an accountant, teacher, electrician, or entrepreneur, develop rare and valuable skills. This gives leverage to negotiate higher salaries, better conditions, or freedom to pursue opportunities aligning with your values. The person who mastered their craft in their 30s commands $120, 0 while someone still figuring it out is stuck at $60,000. That gap compounds into millions over decades. Goal number 7. Develop a sustainable fitness routine appropriate for your age. Your body is the machine generating your income. If it breaks down, everything becomes irrelevant. Poor health leads to catastrophically higher medical costs, reduced earning capacity, and quality of life no money can fix. The average American with chronic conditions spends over $6.00 yearly on medical expenses even with insurance. Smart fitness at this stage is about injury prevention, sustainable energy, and long-term functionality. Being able to play with kids without throwing out your back. Having energy for work and family. Treat your body like a valuable asset you need for 40 more years. Cut processed foods. Develop mobility and strength routines except your metabolism changed. Goal number 8. Get estate planning and life insurance sorted before 40. If people depend on you financially, this isn't optional. If something happened tomorrow, how long could your family maintain their lifestyle without your income? If that's uncomfortable, you need term life insurance. The rule is 10 to 12 times your annual expenses in coverage. For a family spending $60,000 yearly, you need $600,000 to $720,000 coverage. For a healthy 35-year-old, this might cost under $50 monthly, less than streaming services. Estate planning isn't just for wealthy people. If you have assets or beneficiaries, you need legal documents, a will, power of attorney, possibly a trust. Without them, your loved ones navigate probate court's nightmare. Make things easy for people you love during their worst time. Goal number 9. Start talking to your aging parents about money. The 70 to 40 rule says when a parent hits 70 or a child hits 40, have the money talk. If your parents haven't planned properly for retirement and aging cost, you'll cover those expenses. Average nursing home cost exceeds $100,000 yearly. Assisted living runs $50,000 to $60,000 annually. If your parents lack long-term care insurance or savings, that burden falls on you. Having this conversation now, while everyone's healthy, lets you plan together instead of scrambling in crisis. You need to know, do they have enough retirement savings, long-term care insurance, Where are important documents? Who is power of attorney? Approach from love and concern, not to take over, but to prepare for aging's realities. These 9 goals aren't magic bullets guaranteeing you'll be a millionaire by 40. They're the minimum entry fee for having options instead of just obligations. As you enter life's second half, you can ignore them and hope. But hope isn't a financial strategy, it's a lottery ticket. The difference between freedom and prison at 40 isn't luck or starting salary. It's making these decisions while you have time for compound interest to work its magic. Your future 40-year-old self is watching. They're either grateful you took action or heartbroken you didn't. Which version will you create? Comment which goal you're committing to first. If this opened your eyes, smash that like button and subscribe to Finance Flash. We're building a community of Americans refusing to sleepwalk into financial disaster. Your financial freedom starts with the decision you make right now. So let's build that better future together.